pelican, fly pelican. And I tell him that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a pelican forever. Pelican forever. Ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. You stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostag. Fly pelican, fly pelican, fly pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a pelican forever. Pelican forever. Extremely proud of our guys. We talked about it earlier here in the press conference, but that's a hard team to play against. They play hard. They don't give up. They junk up the game, so to speak, and they're physical. So it's a really good win for us, despite their record being whatever it is. Like that's a team that, they come on your home floor. You want to try to take care of business, but at the end of the day, you respect how they play and how well coached they are.
We talk about the bench so often and the heart that it shows. It seems like it was Najee tonight. What did you see out of him, and what did you like about what he brought, maybe even coming to the defense of his teammates?
Yeah, Najee was great. That's a part of what he does. If guys are out there trying to be physical and, I won't say illegal, but, not the best play, he's going to take up for his teammates. And that's what we're about. We cover for each other. We're not out there trying to hurt anybody, but we're not going to stand for people coming on our home floor or on the road and, bringing a level of physicality to us. We want to take it to teams. And so, we're all with Najee on that. Now we want to make sure we maintain our composure, but sometimes those things happen throughout the course of the game. But as far as Najee's play, he was fantastic for us off the bench, rebounding the ball, guarding guys, knocking down shots. Huge night for him, and we needed every point and rebound that he brought for us.
Yeah, I think you said earlier this season you haven't given Najee anything. He's earned pretty much everything he's gotten. What's his approach just like in a day in and day out basis for you?
It's the same as most of our guys. He's a work type of guy. He has a work mentality. He comes in, watches his film, gets his treatment, and he's on the floor getting his work in, and we're seeing it over and over again. All of these guys that get an opportunity to play, they're stepping up big for us. And it just continues to build trust with our team. So it's a blessing to have the high character that we have in our locker room.
Zion had the 29, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, a block. What do you think about all the ways he impacted the game tonight?
Amazing. Zion just continues to impress not only myself, but his teammates. Once again, especially coming off the injury that he had, he's getting better and better as the season progresses. Another huge night for him. And more importantly,
it's leading to wins for us. And so I'm happy for him.
As a coach and as a former player, how important is it to have that kind of a guy on a team like Najee, who is going to be the guy who kind of steps in and takes care of the dirty work, and if somebody's stepping up for teammates and things like that in that instance?
All the good teams have them, guys that when there's some stuff going on the floor, they're in the middle of it. And Najee is that for us. But him and Jose, they're like that in practice. They take up for each other. They take up for their teammates. And they don't do it in a way that's dirty. And so, those are things that we talk about. We got to have each other's backs. And tonight was no different.
As a coach, how do you balance? We saw Najee get pretty heated in that moment. How do you balance keeping him in the game at that point and kind of trusting him to keep it on the floor and do what he was supposed to do and not, get another tech and get out the game?
Well, it definitely comes down to trust. And we trust all of our guys that they understand the importance of taking up for a teammate, but maintaining your composure enough to stay in the game. Sometimes technicals happen. We don't like them, but it's a part of the game. We don't want to pick them up in the fourth quarter where it eliminates our opportunity to win games. But our guys do a great job of protecting each other. Detroit, they're a physical team. I don't think they were out there doing necessarily anything illegal, but that play is dangerous for Z. He's strong, physical, and when he powers up and you don't make a play on the basketball, that's really dangerous, and that's kind of what we saw.
How important is it just during the journey of the season for a young team to show that in the game where there's some physicality, some bodies hitting the floor, a little bit of talking, that you can keep your composure and still come out with the win in the end?
It's important. We're going to get tested. Their teams understand that we're fighting for something big. They are too. At the end of the day, we got to keep it about the game, keep it about basketball, maintain our focus, and more importantly, execute, go out and win the game. That's the important part for us. So we can do all of those things, but we got to make sure teams didn't take us out of what we want to accomplish, and that's a standard that we want to maintain.
And we always talk about how Jose is the same all the time. Was it funny just to see him on the bench holding his ribs and still running out on the court, still talking to guys, still doing the same thing he always does?
Yeah, I didn't see him on the bench. I was so focused on what was happening on the floor, but that's Jose. It's who he is. Thank God he was okay. Nothing serious from what I was told, but he brings a spark to our team, and we just want to continue to stay connected, continue to trust in each other, believe in each other, and go out and put forth the best effort every night.
Coach, what were your immediate thoughts when you saw Jose go down? Because the whole team, wrapped around them on the court.
My immediate thoughts were quick prayer for him. We need him. We want him to be healthy. And he's having such a great season. We don't want anything to derail that. So just praying for him, hoping that it wasn't serious, and thank God it wasn't. We'll continue to monitor him over the next few days and see how he feels.
And the three-point shot really wasn't going. CJ struggled a bit again tonight, but you guys really dominated inside the paint. And in addition to Z, JV really had a big fourth quarter for you guys. Can you talk a little about his performance?
Yeah, I think that's the beauty in our team is we can win in multiple ways. At least early in the season, we're winning in different ways. There's games where, we're knocking the three ball down and we're paint the great mentality. Tonight was an ugly game that we had to win ugly, and JV was huge for us. We had a brief discussion about it before shoot around. His impact on the game was going to be big. Z's impact, and when it's all said and done, we know we can get to the paint, go finish, or get to the free throw line.
And Ali mentioned CJ third straight game where he struggled a bit on offense. Just what are you seeing from him on the floor, and what can you kind of do to help him kind of get out of this?
Yeah, he's still kind of recovering from not feeling well, trying to get his rhythm, and CJ will be fine. It happened earlier in the season too, where he has some struggles, but he continues to work. He's a pro. He'll continue to come in, and I'm not worried about him at all.
Coach, Trey's shot is falling down. The 5 games that BI's missed, he's averaged 25 and 5, which is his stat line tonight. Can you talk about how you're going to try and keep that going once you reincorporate Brandon Ingram into the lineup? How you can keep Trey on this hot streak?
When he's open, just shoot the ball. When he's not, pass it or drive it. It's just that simple. When Brandon touches the floor, he may not have as many looks and opportunities that he has now. But when he does, we want him to maintain the same aggressiveness that he has.
And late in the game, 5 fouls for Dyson Daniels, still subbed him in some of the defensive situations. Talk about the mindset and the thought process the coaching staff had to trust him in that with those 5 fouls.
Yeah, he's a young guy that we all trust. Defensively, he's been solid for us all season, so we trust him. We trust putting him in the game at the end of the game like that.
Back to the scrum for a second. Najee picks up the technical foul. New Orleans is kind of a weird city. We may not stand up for a basket being made, but we stand up for a fight and cheer. Do you think the team has embodied the mentality of the season?
What the hell is that guy talking about?
Say it again.
Do you think the team has?
Yeah, what the hell is he talking about?
Before that, we may not stand up.
Right, check that
we
fool,
may not,
Willie.
I mean, the city may not, the fans may not stand up for a basket being made, but
that's not
do you
true.
think they stand up for a fight. They stand up and cheer for a fight. Do you think the team has embodied that mentality of the city?
Throw that dumb ass out of there.
Embodies the city. Don't know if I necessarily agree with the city not cheering for a bucket, but I understand your
That's
point
all
of
they
view.
damn did was cheer for buckets tonight. Who that dumb ass
we're a
is, y'all?
work-hard team, sort of like this city. We like to stay connected and stay together like this city. We like to have a good time doing it like this city. And we're not just going to take anything from anybody like this city. So if that answers the question, that's kind of, who we are. Yeah. All right.
For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican Post-Game Report. We in this thing. Shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all joining us for another happy installment of the Pelican Post-Game Report. I'm Big Q chiming in. We got my co-host DC in the place to be. DC, what's popping, baby? What's happening?
It's all popping, bro. The Pelicans on their way to being number one. Watching the score on the Suns game right now, man. Devin Booker and Mikal Bridges out there stinking it up, man. It looks like we're gonna be number one by the end of the night, hopefully.
Yeah, we that reporter, I hear the family saying, you don't call my city weird. Don't come here and talk about, well, the city is weird. They might not stand up for a basket, but they stand up for a fight. What the hell are you talking about? All damn night we were standing up for baskets going in. What kind of bastard this is? Well, we got to get his name. I have to step on him a couple of times to get his mind right. Shout out to Jay Carvello, man.
He came in there with the Pistons, man. He was mad because they took all the oil out that engine, bro.
Yeah, well, he need to get
that's all that was. Get him a little slight on the way out, man, because that ain't make no damn sense. They didn't have a fully packed arena, but I thought the crowd was pretty good tonight. With the people they had in there, they were making a lot of noise. You saw Zion with the ball at the end of the game. Crowd was going crazy, man. Like, what is this dude talking about, man?
I don't know, man. Just a dumbass. Jay Carvello, shout out to you, fam. Thank you for your super chat. How about
what's up, Flock? Appreciate that, Jay Carvello.
Thank you, bro. Shout out to my dog, man. Appreciate y'all for being in this stream. Shout out to the family members up in this thing, man. Pelicans, it's going down, baby. 5 straight. The Pelicans handling business, man. They improved to 16-8 on the season. 5 straight wins. Up next, the Suns, but first, I'm going to get the family members to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the share button and share it on your social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, whatever. I don't care what it is. Take the Pelican Post-Game Report and put it in there, baby. So shout out to you, fam. 104-98, the Pelicans, man. They handle business. The Pelicans, led by Zion Williamson, defeat the feisty Pistons 104-98. And I thought Pistons was going to handle the Pistons missing a few pieces there, DC. But I
was going to handle the Pistons, brother. You said the Pistons was going to handle the Pistons.
Yeah, the Pistons did handle the Pistons. They sabotaged themselves. The Pelicans just let them flop all over the place. But they
threw a ride, huh?
Yeah, they blew a ride there, DC. But the Pelicans, man, I thought the Pelicans have more of a breakaway performance here. But the Pistons, man, they were fighting in that thing, man. Made it a very fun game to watch. And like I said, Detroit has an interesting young roster. So they're a few years off from getting where they want, but they are very intriguing. Killian Hayes was doing his thing. So shout out to the Pistons people. It's just dealing with a juggernaut and we're dealing with the Pelicans. 104-98. Let's jump right into the team statistics here. 39-85 for almost 46% by the Pelicans from the field. 8 of 27 from three-point range, 29.6 for the Pelicans. Pistons 35 of 90 for almost 39%. 15 out of 42, DC. Them people shot 42 3-point attempts and hit 15 of them for almost 36%.
Damn.
Pelicans got to the line. I know Pelicans got to the line 23 times, hitting 18 of them for 78.3%. Pistons 13 of 16 for 81.3. Pelicans 50 rebound night for the Pels versus 42 by the Pistons. The Pels had 21 versus 17 assists, 8-5 on the steals, 9-1 on the blocks. Pelicans 19 turnovers, 14 points off versus 13 turnovers by the Pistons with 17 points off. 9-6 on the fast break, advantage Pelicans. 62-28 points in the paint, advantage Pelicans, and the largest lead they had.
Wait, say that again.
62-28 points in the paint, advantage
God
Pelicans.
damn.
16 points was the largest lead of the night by the Pelicans, and at 1 point, Pistons led, and it was early by 7 before the Pelicans said, "What y'all think y'all doing? Come on here, come on over here. Let me get this lead up out you." DC, talk to me about some of the stat lines that you like, bro.
Well, I mean, you said the first one, man. That just jumped off the goddamn page, bro. 62-28 points in the paint. That's crazy, bro. That is insane. Obviously, you know, that's a huge indicator of how we won this game. Another one that jumped out to me was obviously the field goal percentage, man. The Pels was out there playing some hellified defense, bro. You know, and as you stated before, they shot 42 3-pointers, only made 15. You know, that's just an astronomical number. I'm not tripping on the percentage too much, but just the fact that they took 42 3-pointers and they thought they was gonna beat us with that is wild. Another one that jumps out to me is 9 blocks. Wow.
9-1.
Wow, man. This is the first game I can remember where the Pels had more blocks than steals. That's amazing.
Mhm.
And all the talk we have here on a night-to-night basis about needing an interior defender, you know, really wishing we could get a guy trading and all that, and we go out and we get 9 blocks, man. They keep that up. We ain't gonna be able to say that. You know, our defense looked pretty damn good, man. Even though it's the Detroit Pistons, it's an accomplishment to hold a team under 100 points in a modern NBA. In the 90s, this wouldn't have been that big of a deal, but in the NBA today, that's an accomplishment to me. I know we only scored 6 more points than them, but we won this game with our defense. And the last stat that jumps out to me, it's not necessarily a positive one. It's the fact that we had 19 turnovers and they only had 13. But we still found a way to win the game. So that kind of jump out to me, man, because the old Pels, losing the turnover battle like that, we would have definitely found a way to lose this game, man. Definitely would have. And the last stat, I know I said that's the last one, but I got to throw the rebounds in there, man. We back to our winning ways, winning the rebound battle, man. 50-42. So glad to see us do that, taking over the offensive boards as well and the defensive rebounding and going ahead and doing the little things, man, getting the victory and winning ugly.
Indeed, DC. The Pelicans, man, it was a fun game to watch with the Pels handling the business against this team, man. Let's move ahead and look at them individual statistics because, like I said, the Pelicans doing all this, man, without BI, without Herb Jones. Can you dig it, man? This is just awesome. Zion Williamson led the way for the Pelicans tonight, 29 points in 33 minutes. He was 11 of 16 from the field, 7 of 11 from the free throw line. He finished with a double-double, 29 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, a block, and he did have 4 turnovers, but Zion led the way points-wise. Also, Trey Murphy was second on this thing. He had 20 points in 35 minutes, 6 of 13 from the field. He was 4 of 9 from downtown and perfect from the charity stripe, 4 of 4, 20 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, a steal, a block for Trigger Trey Murphy to add his 20 points in there, 14 from Big V in 28 minutes, 7 of 16 from the field. He was 0 for 2 from downtown, but he finished with a double-double DC, 14 points, 12 rebounds, and a couple of assists for Big V. 8 points for CJ in 27 minutes. He was 3 of 11, 0 for 1 from downtown. He did hit both of his shots from the charity stripe. He finished with 8 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds, a couple of blocks for CJ. He did have 4 turnovers and 4 fouls as well. But CJ still working his way back. You heard what Coach Willie was saying about him trying to get it together. Dyson Daniels and another star, DC, in 25 minutes of action. He did have 5 personal fouls, but he had 6 points. He was 2 of 5 from the field, 2 of 3 from the from the free throw line. He did have 3 rebounds, a couple of steals and assists in the matchup. A couple of turnovers in 25 minutes for Dyson Daniels. Not much offensively, but he does do what he do defensively to help out. 17 off
Yeah,
the bench
all he did was cause Bogdanovich to lose his goddamn mind
and
and
get
get teed
tossed.
off and ejected.
Yes, and that was a big
Dice was definitely responsible for that. So
yeah. He lost his top on that one, man, and got thrown out. That definitely helped the Pelicans, man. But the Pistons kind of, when he got thrown out, it kind of helped them kind of solidify. You seen Killian Hayes and a few of the players started to get loose, and that's Sadiq Bey. 17 for Najee Marshall in 30 minutes. 5 rebounds for him on the night, for him leading the second liners. Larry Nance in 29 minutes, 5 points, 9 rebounds for Nance, 2 blocks in the game, 3 from Graham in 12 minutes. He was 1 of 6 from the field, 0 for 4 from downtown, but he had a plus 12 on the plus minus. And you look at Jose, not that 38-point game tonight, DC. He calmed down tonight, was off. 21 minutes, only 2 points, 1 of 6 from the field, 0 for 3 from downtown.
some
Didn't
timely
stop his
steals, though,
defense.
man.
Didn't stop his defense. He's had a couple of steals and a couple of assists in the matchup, and his defense was still on fleek. So with that being said, we look at what the Pistons do. Just a few things to mention. 25 from Sadiq Bey in 24 minutes. He was doing his thing out there as well. Like I mentioned, Killian Hayes with his 17 points and 12 assists in the game. 14 from Burks off the bench, 12 from Jalen Duren out there, 10 from Stewart. And Jaden Ivey didn't have the type of game we expected him to have. If he had, then this might have been a lot more interesting. 12 points is all he gave him in 22 minutes of action. So the Pistons feisty. The Pelicans get that first matchup. The next one won't be until January the 13th, where we'll smack them down and take the season series, the second of the 2 matchups. DC, let's talk individuals. Who you got?
Man, I think I'm gonna stick to 3 finally tonight, Q.
Go ahead, DC.
Start off with none other, man, than the enforcer himself, man. Guys stepped up for Zion when they was out there trying to bully him with all those crazy fouls, man. They kind of really set a fire under Najee Marshall, man. He got up in some people's face, and next thing you know, he just started dropping buckets after that, man. And had a pretty good game defensively. He made some plays. Najee gave you 17 points, man. Pretty much only missed 1 shot. Hit 3 3-pointers. Gave you 5 rebounds on top of assists and a steal, and 2 blocks. And probably should have been a couple of more assists as well. He hit JV with a fire pass, hit him right in the hands, and he just dropped it out of bounds. But Najee was playing very well tonight, man. He was definitely an X factor, and kind of was our Jose, man. It's like the juice shifted from Jose and went to Najee. He had it going tonight, and caused Willie to leave him out there for 30 minutes. We started Dice, but Najee pretty much played like that other starter tonight, man. So shout out to him. My next guy, man, what can I say about this guy, man? Trigger Trey, bro. All he's been doing is just being an excellent stand-in for BI. We know he's going to give us pretty much 20 points, 18 points on pretty damn good efficiency. And he didn't disappoint tonight, man. He's 6 for 13. He went 4 for 9 from the 3-point line, hit all his free throws, actually leading the NBA in free throw percentage, as you heard them say several times on the broadcast. That's an amazing thing to do. And he's basically on track to have a 50, 40, 90 season. He's 48% from the field on the year, and he keep on dunking on people the way he is. I'm pretty sure he can get that up to 2 more percent.
Dude, could you imagine what Trey Murphy looks like DC in year 3?
Oh, it's gonna explode in year 3,
The
bro.
progression
Because
is ridiculous.
look at the jump he made from year 1 to year 2.
I know.
And how he's putting the ball on the floor better now. So his next thing to me would be able to shoot off a movement, like to actually have like a fadeaway, lean left, lean right type of shot. Like I think that's the next thing he gonna work on, man, and actually probably hit a few shots, from the mid range. Because once you're able to shoot off a movement like that, it opens up that mid range for him to be able to hit them fadeaways and different things like that. Once he adds that aspect to his game, man, it's gonna be scary. But shout out to Najee. I mean, not Najee, Trey, man. 20 points tonight, a block and a steal, and we didn't even talk about his defense, Q. Amazing defense, man. He don't
really
turn the
good.
ball over either. Really efficient. Dropped 5 assists tonight, 5 rebounds. He was just doing it all, bro. Trey has been outstanding in the absence of BI, man. And he's the major reason that we're on this winning streak, other than like, guys like Jose Alvarado, Dyson Daniels, Najee, obviously, Larry Nance, but Trey Murphy out of the bench guys, he's kind of leading that charge, even though he's a starter right now, in my opinion. And Jose's right there with him. But the man of the hour, man, the guy who led us to victory, put the team on his shoulders, did all the dirty work, and set the tone earlier. Zion, man. What can I say? He got to a point in the first quarter where he just got tired of guys kind of ignoring him. They put Killian Hayes on him. CJ was trying to see if he could get it going early. And when they did start to feed Zion, man, it went downhill real fast for the Pistons as we kind of took off in that second quarter, man. It just got to a point where they couldn't do nothing with him, bro. All they could do was foul him. They just couldn't do nothing with him. He went 11 for 16 on the night, 29 points, 5 assists, a steal, 10 rebounds, and it was an easy 29, other than the fouls. When they wasn't fouling him, man, Zion was just getting to the bucket at will. There was really nothing they could do with him. If the game would have been close, I'm pretty sure Zion would have made even more outstanding plays. Just happened we was able to salt away the game the way we did, because Detroit had no answer for him, man. He did what he wanted out there. Did enough. I'm pretty sure he was well aware that we're playing Phoenix on Friday and kind of idled it back a little bit, because we were able to get the win without him dropping 40 or 50. I'm pretty sure Zion could do that if he really wanted to, but why waste your energy and do that when you can get 29 and let your guys eat and get the W? So shout out to Big Z, man. Went out there, did everything we need him to do, man, and pretty much, and with the ball in his hand at the end of the game, helped us go ahead and get the go-ahead win, man, making winning plays all over the court.
Yeah, shout out to the Pels, man. Handling
Excellent
the business.
defense by Big Z, too. Enough people ain't talking about it. He's playing outstanding on defense.
Shout out to VB, man.
I say Big V? I keep saying Big V?
No, not you, DC. You said it right. I was just giving a
All
shout
right.
out to VB.
Oh,
All right,
VB. All right.
Yeah. This was a wonderful win, man, by the Pelicans taking down these people. Let's move forward, DC, because even though we had a fantastic night where this could have been a bit of a trap game, because we've been overlooking a struggling Piston team, looking at the Western Conference leading Suns. This is the definition of a trap game. Did the Pelicans get trapped? No, they didn't. They handled a gritty game against a feisty foe. They got them out of there, and it's on to the second matchup for the Phoenix Suns. And of course, we play the Phoenix Suns 3 times, family. I don't know who made this. The schedule makers must have been drunk as hell when they put this schedule together, because they should have spread it out a little bit more. But we'll be done with the Suns by the end of in a couple of weeks, matter of fact.
Well, next week we play them again, I think next weekend.
The 17th.
Yeah.
So we have 3 games with this team, 12 on the 9th of this month, on the 11th of this month, and then on the 17th of this month. So by the end of this month, the 4-game series, the Suns leading the series 1-0 right now, 124-111. They got the first one back on the 10th month, 28 date. But this is the reality, though, DC. The Pelicans weren't playing as well as they were supposed to in the matchup. The Pelicans on a 5-game winning streak. And they're handling the business in the major capacity. Zion Williamson looks good. Trey Murphy's doing his thing. Jose Alvarado, several other Pelican players playing well as a team. They're playing. The defense is strong. They're not turning the ball over as much as they used to. They're hitting a better percentage from the foul line. They're also hitting that 3-pointer. So with that being said, this team, the Phoenix Suns, are currently right now, according to the NBA standings, here's the list on the screen right now, is that the Pelicans and the Suns are tied for number 1 in the West, with the Grizzlies as a half a game back of us. So right now,
don't forget to mention, and Boston is up 69-42 on Phoenix at the half, about to start the third quarter. Don't forget to mention that.
Okay, that'll help us. But this is the thing too. Let's get into this breakdown right here, man, because we got this team coming up. What is it? On Saturday, what is it? Friday.
Friday at 7:30.
Okay, there you go. So we got a primetime matchup with the Phoenix Suns, 1 and 2, top teams in the West going head to head. Their guy Booker's having a terrific Earlier right now, DC 28.4 is what he's doing on 49% shooting from the field. DeAndre Ayton is sitting up here at 9.6 rebounds per contest, and Booker's the top assist man with 6 per game, almost 36 minutes of action per contest. Zion, our top scorer, 23.6, 59.1% field goal shooting, DC. Big V, 9 rebounds a game, and CJ with 6 assists on almost 35 minutes per game. Now you look at the injury list. BI is out, Herb Jones is out, and they got Jose Alvarado listed as out as well. We'll see how all that looks in the next couple of games and see how that rolls. But as you can see, the Pels handling the business, 5 straight wins. Suns currently struggling. It don't matter. We got this team coming up, DC. We got to take it up out of them. This is a really good early matchup, man. Just like the Denver McNugget matchup. What do we see here in the Suns?
Yeah, shout out to Gail Snowden. That's a nice little stat, man. There, a lot of people may not know or may know. We 3-0 against the Suns when Zion plays. So that's what we looking at, Q. We looking at Zion playing at an MVP level right now.
Let's go, baby.
With the possibility of getting back at least a Herb or a BI. I think one of them at least will come back, if not both. And you got a Phoenix team right now who was red hot, prior to tonight, and I think the game before that, I'm not sure. I don't think they played too well, but they got a victory. The previous game was tough on them. Devin Booker looks like he's starting to calm down. He had a real successful week, some 40-point games and whatnot. But tonight, not looking too hot, bro. So you got us that I'm pretty sure we're going to be ready to play this game. Everybody remembers how the playoff series ended. We played Phoenix one other time this year and kind of couldn't get the victory. And I think the Pels going to go in there with it on their mind, man. And Phoenix is definitely going to bring their A game. But us being the number 1 seed right now, possibly, I'm anticipating on Phoenix losing this game. With the team that beat you in the playoffs right there, I just don't think we pass this opportunity up, man. Especially if BI or at least Herb come back and Jose's all right. If you got all 3 of those guys out, might be a little tough, but I still think we can do it. The Pels basically got to go in and play, their best game, honestly, to be able to knock a Phoenix team out. We can't go in and play like we played tonight offensively, even though we played pretty damn well defensively. 19 turnovers ain't going to get it against Phoenix. Chris Paul has obviously slowed down a little bit, but he's still a maestro with the ball in his hands and can help other guys get theirs, So and you need somebody to take care of Devin Booker. If Herb can't go, we still have Dice to do that, but they still have no answer for Zion. They never had one and probably never will. So I think that's the X factor in this Phoenix game. We could sit here and look at guys like Mikal Bridges and Cameron Johnson, and you can talk about DeAndre Ayton and Booker all day, but they don't have an answer for Zion.
You mean Jock Landale can't stop him?
Nah, Jock Landale is definitely not going to stop him. The closest thing they have is Bismack Biyombo and a combination of DeAndre Ayton. And I think all that would do is get those guys in foul trouble eventually. And they'll have to back off a little bit and give him something. But they don't have no answer for Zion, bro, especially at the way he's been playing. I don't know how they're going to try to guard him, but whatever they try to do, I'm pretty sure it ain't going to work. So I'm anticipating on the Pels going and getting that victory against Phoenix, man, and really putting us on the map and getting a lot of the haters panties in a bunch who've been talking trash about the Pels not being a contender. Thank you, Chuck, Shaq, and Kenny.
Yeah, indeed, DC. You look at what this team is, man. You're absolutely right. They don't have an answer for Zion. They got a bunch of guys that probably going to try to hack them to death. Torrey Craig and Ish Wainwright, Jock Landale, Bismack Biyombo, and a few other guys. I mean, they could throw a committee approach to try to slow them down. But it's right now, I mean, the way the Suns are constructed, they don't have anybody for our guy. They don't. But once again, we also know that Big V struggles against DeAndre. So the Pelicans will have to probably have a different answer for that. Perhaps Larry Nance is instituted into the lineup to deal with Ayton to kind of neutralize that to a degree, because we know Ayton is just, he gonna dance circles around Big V, man. It's just not a good matchup for him. So we're gonna have to adjust to that.
We got Larry Nance, man. So I think we're
Right.
gonna lean more into that. You may see us play more small ball. That's all.
Yeah, indeed.
With the addition of Dyson Daniels, and if you get Herb back, I think with those two guys and Lance, we can pull it off playing small ball.
That's the thing is, I'm looking for updates on Herb Jones, man, and
He was I thought
I
he
think he
was
was practicing,
doubtful.
wasn't
Was it doubtful? I know for a fact BI was practicing.
he? Yeah.
They said he wasn't, but when that Trey Murphy was in a video dunking and stuff, and you saw BI off to the side. I saw BI shooting before the game tonight, so he's ramping up. Now Herb, that's a different story.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna have to see about that, man. So
He's
hopefully we
listed
get
as doubtful, but to go from doubtful to probable, I think that's likely in the next we got 2 days.
2 days. We'll see, man. We'll see how it all falls, because it'll be interesting. I would love to get at least one of the two of those guys back for this Phoenix Suns Friday night matchup. At least one of the two. We'll see how it all goes. They playing it real conservative, really conservative, and real safe with BI, man. So
yeah,
and they should. The Pelicans right now are looking really good. So the team just have to step up if our guys Herb and BI can't go for the Friday matchup. So word on the street is it's getting close for them guys getting back, but we'll see how it all goes, man. Pelicans playing really well, shorthanded. CJ has to step his game up, hopefully, with him getting through his sickness.
Yeah, he
he'll come
does.
along.
But I think we're over exaggerating a little bit with being I guess worrisome about CJ.
I'm not worried about him.
CJ had not you, man. I'm looking at the comments. A lot of people in the flock little on the fence with CJ. He got to do better. CJ need to get it together.
He'd be all right.
But I mean, CJ had COVID, and I think he had the flu before that, and he had an injury or something he was dealing with. It's been a rough start to the season for him. He's missed the 3 and 11 right now, but I don't anticipate that they keep going on. When I watch him, he's trying to make it happen. I see him playing great on defense, man. CJ had 2 blocks tonight, and he had a steal that sealed the game. You know what I'm saying? So he's making winning plays for us, but sometimes offensively he's just not himself, and he's still trying to play as if he's himself. And I think he's still getting his legs under him. The man ain't work out for 10 days. Anybody who works out a lot, if you stop working out for a week and you don't do nothing, you're not quite yourself. So 10 days is a stretch, man. It's taking about 2 weeks, to ramp back up. It takes you about the same amount of time to get back up to speed that it did for him to get back down to speed. So I think CJ is eventually going to come and have one of those big ass games, and everybody going to be talking about how great he is again. It's only a matter of time, man. He just, I don't see where he's forcing it like a lot of people say. I think he gets his shots up. He's aware that, he wants to get some shots up, and he does it. I don't think the times that he picks to try to get his shots up are that crazy. They're just not falling, man. A lot of those shots we've seen CJ make, and if they go in, everybody praises them. But, they're not falling right now, so they look like horrible shots. But it's shots that he makes on the regular.
Right. Yeah. I know, with his injury situation, DC, and the fact that he's been sick, working his way back. He's a pro, man. And people saying, well, they keep saying it, man. CJ McCollum's a pro, man. If anybody I know in this team that'll get back to what he does well and improve, it'll be CJ McCollum, man. I don't have no doubts about that. So shout out, man. Shout out to
all the shots are short. You're right, Irvin. All of them are short, man. So it's clear it's just his legs. He's got to get his legs back.
Exactly. All right. So right now the Celtics. Let me give an update to the family members about the Celtics and the Suns matchup right now. Middle
God damn!
Right middle of the third right now. They're getting shellacked right now, 88-49. So by the end of this matchup, if the Boston Celtics keep handling their business, and doing what they're doing. The Pelicans will be leading the West.
Yes, I can't
a
talk no
little bit.
trash about the Boston Celtics, man. They look to be for real.
20-5, DC. You see how they played us, man. The team,
Yeah.
they played us really good. I would love to see that matchup.
I mean,
again.
they were unconscious from the 3-point line.
Yeah,
against
it
us.
was ridiculous.
I don't think they'll ever be able to shoot like that again.
Yeah.
Keep repeating that performance.
Right. So yeah, looking good here, man.
I
looking
think
good.
Bridges is there, Irvin. I just think he's being Mikal Bridges. Sometimes offensively, man, he don't get it done.
Right now, Mikal, right now, 4 points.
Yeah, see?
He got 4 points right now.
He has these games where just offensively sometimes he just disappears.
Yeah,
man.
he does. Yeah, he does, DC. You're right. And
It don't happen that often, but I say 1 out of 12. You have a game like that.
Right. Only one person showing up for this game for the Suns right now, and that's Booker. He got 17. Nobody else
Yeah,
is
but
even
how
in
many
double
shots?
digits.
How many shots it took him to
15.
get that 17? Yeah,
15
see?
points. I mean, 15 attempts, excuse me, off 6 shots.
They might have well sit him down, bro. Yeah, we definitely gonna be number one.
Yeah, everybody else is not looking too good, bro. Yeah,
No doubt, man. So
but it's good
shout
news,
out to the Pels, man, for being number one in the West. I'm claiming it right now. Ain't no way they coming back from that ass whipping.
Yeah, it
That
is.
one
You
over,
see
bro.
at the top right there.
That
So
one
yeah,
over, bro.
yeah, for real. All right, man. Shout out to the fam, man. Appreciate y'all being in this installment of Pelican Post Game Report. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, and share the Pelican Post Game Report on your social media feed. Remember, DC sharing, yes.
Caring.
There you go. All right, DC in the building.
I don't feel like arguing with you tonight.
That's right. Don't argue with me, DC. Don't do it.
Just not tonight. I'll return Friday to argue with you.
I'm trying to see if I can get some Rastafarian jokes together, brother, to see if I can.
Yeah, you always gonna do that. That's what you do.
It's all for the love, man. It's all entertainment. All right, so with that being said, fam, we're going to get ready to get on that. Listen, man, we appreciate the family members for chiming in on this episode of Pelican Post Game Report. Please feel free to hit the description section too, family, and check out the Pelican Post Game Report merch. We got a bunch of really nice merch there. The Grand Theft Alvarado shirt is flying off the chain. Really good. Yeah, it looks really good. We got a couple of styles with the Magnum BI gear. We got some Straight Jacket Jones gear and a few other things at the Pro Shop. Help out the platform. Go to the Pro Shop. Link is in the description box. Hit that link. It'll take you to the Pro Shop store. Right now, you can get 25% off during the holidays on all Pelican Post Game Report merch, man. Listen, we in the building, man. So with that being said, we're going to get out on that, man. Listen, fam, we appreciate you. We'll return for Friday, man. We had a really good panel, DC, that happened on Sunday, man. It was a lot of good fun.
Yeah, we're going to bring it back. We're going to do it again this Sunday, right? Probably a little earlier this time, I would imagine, right?
Well, I mean, it's the game. We got a game Friday.
The game is at 2:30, so we ain't got to wait till 8 to fire it up unless.
That's right. Well, the Saints don't play DC next Sunday, so yeah. So there you go. So that'll be. Matter of fact, let me bring the schedule up for the Pelicans, man.
Yeah, we got a game at 7:30 on Friday and a game at 2:30 on Sunday. Now beyond that, you could go ahead and
yeah. So there you go.
Schedule.
There you go, DC. So Friday, and of course we'll be back on Friday to recap the match.
What's that? Utah is on Tuesday at 8 o'clock in Utah. Damn, back to back with Utah.
But
back to back with the Suns. They ain't back to back with Utah. Man, what they trying to do to us, bro?
I like the Sunday games though, DC. Last Sunday we played. The Pelicans played in that 2:30 spot. The Saints was on Monday
they
night.
definitely love the Sunday game.
The Sunday games are awesome with at 2:30 there. That'll be another good matchup for the Suns right there. Pelicans against the Suns at 2:30, and we definitely right after that game we'll definitely fire up the panel and have all of the best minds of the Pelican Post Game Report to chime in. Hopefully some of our ladies will chime in. We got some brilliant women, man, that's in the Pelican Post Game Report.
No doubt.
Absolute brilliant women, man. Shout out to the queens, man.
EP Saints, Pels lady, Mary Kay,
Lexa. Lexa, all of the ladies, man, are they're awesome. So hopefully we can get one of our ladies to chime in. Mary Kay, all of them, they're so smart, man. I'll be reading their comments and they just really own it. So hopefully we can get one of our ladies to chime in on the panel or this Sunday afternoon coming. It'll be fun. So with that being said, man, we're gonna get on up out of here, man. And yeah, you too, Gail. Shout out to you, Queen. Appreciate you. You came up with the stat of the night. How about that for Gail? Dropping that stat.
Yeah, that's
on us
right. I'm
about the
sorry,
Pelicans.
Gail. Almost forgot about Gail. Huh?
Gail dropped that stat that the Pelicans are 3-0 against the Phoenix Crumbs. So that'll be something special to watch right there. And DC, another thing I had seen before we go, man. Remember, it was a meme online that had the Pelicans. They had the Pelican, a guy holding a gun and pointing it at the sun, and they had a picture of the Pelicans on the gun pointed at the sun. I was like, that's crazy visual, man.
Man, you got to pull that one up, man. You got to pull that one up on Friday, bro.
Yeah, we got to pull that up Friday. The guy had a gun pointed at the sun, and they had a picture of the Pelican on the gun, and and the Suns. Actually, the Suns was sun when we played them. I think it was the last time we happened. I was like, that was funny. So with that being said, let's get out on that, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all on the flip side, man. We'll be back on Friday to recap the win. Much love to you guys, and go Pelicans.
Go Pels.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. Check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. Remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the